Let me turn my volume up. Okay, hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are all doing so well. Welcome back to another PPF Live at Fab 5 o'clock. We have a very special guest today. You all know and love him. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and jump on with the one and only Leslie. Waiting for my photographic memories. Here we go. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Cutie. How are you?
Oh, good.
Good. Excellent. My favorite was Happy Wednesday.
Yep. It's that time. Definitely that time. Midweek. You got lost track of the days.
Now, I heard a rumor that today you escaped from the house and took a quick drive. Can you tell everybody what you drove past?
You guys, I just needed to get out of the house today, and I couldn't think of a better place to drive past than the PPF home. I missed the PPF home so much.
I do too.
It was just so fun to drive by, and it just reminded me of like all the fun things that we had going on before this, and it was just a good time to kind of escape the virus, and I had a great time. It was fun.
Yay, I'm so glad you did that, and I'm so glad that you texted me and said like, guess what I just did.
I had to.
Because then I felt like I was like there with you. And
sure.
Actually, you know who has been like safeguarding the PPF home for us is Jed.
No way.
Yes. So Jed has been just going by, making sure he's teaching his private lessons online still. And then he's also just been making sure like that everything is taken care of. I know. So
I love that. I love that.
Now, of course, I am very, very selfishly excited for today. I don't know if anybody saw my post yesterday, but Grant and Jed were literally the two lights of my entire day yesterday. So are you kidding me? So I just get to like sit here and watch my best friends just hang out. Plus, I feel like between like the tone of your voice and the tone of his voice, I think we're all just about to go into like a really calming, spiritual, but still like comical place, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
Let the bases unite.
Yes, I'm so excited. I know, I feel like I'm just gonna like kick back. Maybe I'll go into my hammock for this one. I think I'll do that.
I think you should. I really think you should.
I think I will. Well, as everybody knows, this is the last week of our classic Live at Fab 5 interview style. We've been doing it, this is like our 6th week. So we've been on it, you guys, but it's time to do new and magical things for the month of May, especially with Wish Upon a Star. 'Tis the season.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is have you send us DMs and continue commenting and emailing us and texting us and letting us know, what do you need? And our answer will be, here it is.
I love it.
So yeah, we know what you need right now. It's Grant and Jed. And so watch this. Here you go. See, it's that easy.
There you go.
I love you. Please give Jed a huge snuggle for me via this interview.
I shall.
Yes, yes. I love you. Have fun, you guys.
Love you, Leslie.
Bye, sweeties.
Bye. Okay. I think we all know what time it is now. It is Jed time. The one and only. Oh, whoops. I just flipped my camera. Waiting for Jed. The one and only. Hi, Jed.
Hi.
Okay, we have to address this lighting you have going on right now. I need to know how you are getting this flawless lighting.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will show you.
Like, and is anyone else noticing that? Like, that is awesome.
Just some blue curtains over these horrendous fluorescent lights.
Oh my God. That is everything. Well, how are you?
I am so good. How are you, Grant?
You know, I'm thriving. I'm just here in quarantine, living my life, you know.
I've had a chance to see a number of these live at 5, and you are just so wonderful. It's been such fun watching you interview.
Thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet. I'm so glad that I'm interviewing you today. This is so exciting. So can you tell us, like, some things you've been doing in quarantine? What have you been up to? What's been keeping you busy?
Actually, a lot of self-healing is what's kept me busy. The teaching's been pretty light. Been doing that online. That's been fun. It's a new way of listening. but it's been taking a lot of time to watch the squirrels outside my patio and just like watch them dance and play, and then like watch the thoughts and feelings inside me dance and play, and follow them. If there's a wound, just spend some time with it and love myself. It's been really good.
I love that. That's an awesome answer. It is like such a great time for self-healing because you're just with yourself. So literally, right?
Right. Yeah. Thankfully, I have the love of my life with me, Nick.
Oh,
so I have one other person that I get to see on a regular basis, and I've seen so much of him. So that's been really, really nice.
Lots of social interaction.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so should we jump right into this interview?
Sure.
So the first question we got sent in is someone wants to know, how did you first get involved with music?
Oh, golly. I think music is part of who I am, or I'm a part of music. I don't know which way you want to look at it. But like in church as a 18 months old, as soon as I could walk, I'm in the church aisles, waving my arms around as they sing the congregational hymns.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's like the earliest story that I know of like me and music just, grooving together.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So like music has been part of you for your entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. Music is my life.
For sure. For sure. It looks like we already have some questions rolling in here. This one is from Leighton Allen, wants to know, what's your favorite part about teaching voice lessons?
Oh my gosh, my favorite part. That's a tricky one. Let me just start listing some things.
Yeah, go for it.
I love listening. I love to listen and to just be one-on-one with another person and hear them express themselves through music.
Yes.
And then being able to kind of just encourage them, help them do what it is they want to do that much more fully and deeply. I love that connection. I love the listening. I love the music. And it's just so much fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Kind of a stem off question we got sent in from Lamrinda Idol. They want to know, what's the most rewarding part of teaching lessons and watching the students grow?
Most rewarding part is probably what I learn from teaching. I always try to approach teaching from the perspective of what can I learn today? Because, I got a lot of knowledge, got a lot of talent, a lot of time doing this thing, but there's always something new that I can learn. And so I find when I approach teaching a lesson from the perspective of what can I learn today, new exercises just come to me, or like just that thing that the other person really needed to hear just kind of comes out my mouth.
For sure. For sure. That's awesome. Okay, so someone wants to know, you teach, you conduct, and you sing music. You're a musical god, but do you have a faith thing that you do musically? Out of like teaching, conducting, do you have like a fave part of music?
I don't think I have an answer to that, which is good, because if I did, then I'd be like, which child is my favorite?
Fair.
I love that I get to do all of it. I think it would feel like something was really missing for me if I didn't get to. So with teaching, kind of talk about that. I love the learning and the growth and the one-on-one connection.
Right.
And in singing, I get to connect with myself, with my body, with my emotions, and express that in a way that is hopefully connecting to an audience.
Yeah.
And then when I'm conducting, I love seeing the giant scores of all these parts lined up, and just having a big group of people that I get to work with and trying to just find what is the core of the music and then come from that place and got my piano on here. Let my arm waving hopefully be an expression of what that core of the music is, or at least of what the music means to me.
For sure. For sure. Great answers. It looks like we have a question from Leslie. She wants to know, are you currently in the PPF home? Also, I love you.
I am in the PPF home, yes, because I can be as loud as I want here.
For sure.
I live in an apartment, and so I got to, keep the noise levels down. So I've been here teaching my lessons and watching over the building.
Keeping it busy. Okay, so another question we got sent in is, do you have a favorite show that you've been involved in musically?
Been involved in music? Mm,
Like on stage, conducting, directing, anything.
yeah. Well, let's see. Since I do a lot of different things in theater, I would say my favorite role that I played is Captain Hook in Wish Upon a Star. Even though I don't really sing much as Captain Hook, I sing in some of the ensemble things, and I have kind of like a moment or two to kind of like show off my voice or something, or as a vulture.
Definitely.
But that's just, it's so much fun for me to really embody my version of Captain Hook and play with all those amazing people on stage.
For sure. Very familiar with the role as well.
Yes, yeah.
I've heard of it. Okay, so kind of talking about your history with the PPF, can you tell us how you first got involved with PPF?
Yeah, so I was friends with Leslie before the birth of the PPF.
Yeah.
So it was kind of inevitable. My first show with PPF was Wish Upon a Star, but it was back before they had villains. I know, it was terrible. Before villains, it was trash. It was trash. Just kidding. It was wonderful. And I got to be the Mad Hatter, who was not a villain at that time, but I got to mingle with people in the lobby and do a lot of improv and sing the unbirthday song. And that was just a hoot and a half.
For sure. For sure. That's awesome. I remember the first villains I ever saw was, I think, the first year the villains were introduced when you were Hook. So, like 2011 or something, I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Something around there. Anyway, kind of a stem off question from that. What has PPF taught you?
What has PPF taught me? So many things. I think PPF has really helped me to be myself around other people and to have just confidence in that, and to just kind of to enjoy being me around other people who are enjoying being themselves. That's really helped me out a lot, and it's been a lot of fun.
For sure, for sure. It looks like we have a question from Kate, which is a very popular question we got sent in. Kate wants to know, can you tell us about your podcast? I love and miss you.
Sure. So I've had this idea of doing a podcast for a little over a year now. But with quarantine, I really missed the listening to my students, listening to my choirs, to my orchestras. So it's kind of been on the back burner, and now it's like, okay, this is something that I need to do, because I can listen in an interview. I can interview someone and hopefully listen that they express themselves really deeply and clearly and have a lot of fun. And then other people get to listen in on that and have fun with it too.
So your podcast is it kind of like you interviewing people?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's my conception of it so far. And I've done one interview so far with the amazing Lavelle Williams Davis, also known as Cocoa Butter.
Love.
Oh, so much fun. So gracious. We talked about so many different topics. So I really wanted to be a mix of like what people are passionate about, what they're thinking about. So I want science, I want art, I want philosophy, I want current events, I want new age woo-woo. I want it all. I want people just really sharing their story, and I want to help them share that with the world.
That's awesome. So my question is, can we access it now?
That interview's not up yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. But what you can do is follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, Jed DeRosa, JEDDAROZA. And I will definitely be posting when that interview and others are ready to go.
I love that. Did everyone hear that? Go follow Jed on all his socials. He's dropping hints in this interview, getting us all anxious for these interviews to come out. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Okay, so someone wants to know what your favorite PPF memory is.
My favorite PPF memory. Ah, gosh, I hate these favorite games. They're so difficult.
That's
Well, the
fair.
memory that the memory that pops up right now is after a WUAS. I think it was may have been the first WUAS that we had the big amazing sets that we now have,
Okay.
and we were needing to put them back in storage. And trying to puzzle those things into the storage unit was crazy and fun. And Leslie was like up around the castle that was turned on its side to get over this other thing to lift it up so we can get the other schmear in there. It was, we were exhausted, but it was okay because we were having fun and we were together, and it was all part of WUA.
I've heard so many stories about the storage unit. I personally have never been myself, but I feel like I have because I know so much about it. Okay, so let's see. Looking at these other questions we got sent in, someone wants to know, what are some of your future goals?
My future goals. Well, kind of my immediate future goal would be getting this podcast off the ground.
Yeah, reasonable.
Yes, and totally, and hopefully within a couple of weeks, I'll have the Lavelle interview up and a couple others, and then I'll just keep growing from there. Because I think what I'm hoping that will help do for me, it's terrifying. It's really terrifying. Like this interview right now, I'm like, my feet are like, it's so much fun, and I'm just so terrified at the same time. So I want the podcast to be a way for me to like let go of what I am and become whoever it is I might be.
Totally.
I guess that's like my long-term goal.
For sure. I know when we started, me and Leslie always talked about these live feeds that like in the beginning I was so nervous to go live because like it's a whole new level of like performing and like interaction, and like now I'm just so used to it and it's so fun. So it's awesome.
You're a pro. I'm learning so much from you.
Oh, stop. Okay, we have some questions in the box. This one is from Leslie asking, many people don't know that you are a very meditative and grounded human. Any tips for others? I would love to hear some of these tips.
Sure. First, I'll say here's another little plug. Go to my YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Jed DeRosa, and I put up, I think, 5 short 1-minute videos that I think are kind of a fun way of expressing my silly and my like meditative grounded side. So in a couple of them, I mention this little healing prayer that goes, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. That's all it is. And so I find myself repeating that a lot in my head, whether to someone else in my mind who I feel like someone who's maybe wronged me or is upsetting me in some way. I just like send those good vibes out. I do it on myself when I feel like, I'm getting so upset about something that, really doesn't matter. I need to be able to calm down and think more carefully. I'll just say that to myself, I love myself. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And it's kind of silly, but it also feels, it really like, it just kind of lets the stress and the anxiety fade away.
Yeah, it's like recognizing it,
Yes.
I like
it. Seeing the thoughts and the feelings for what they are. They're just the little signals. Like here's a signal. It's saying, pay attention to me, pay attention. There's something wrong here. So instead of just like letting it consume me or burying it, I think both of those, can be a little dangerous. I try to just sit with that fear, acknowledge it, see what am I actually afraid of, kind of follow the little squirrels in the trees of my mind into what am I really afraid of.
For sure. This is kind of a fun question that we got sent in. Best piece of advice for someone wanting to get back into singing and performing after more than a decade?
Ooh. Oh, and that's my brother.
Oh,
hey, TJ.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, yes. TJ, my younger brother, we grew up singing together. We would often sing with my mom playing the piano. On Sundays, just sing a bunch of musical theater, sing some duets.
Yeah.
So my advice for someone who wants to get back into singing, I would say let's start with the breath, which is pretty much how I start every voice lesson, just to get in touch with your breathing again, because in our everyday life, we don't have to think about our breathing. I mean, if you're into meditation or yoga or something like that, you might kind of think about that breath. But singers is all about that breath. So I would just, like, whatever that is for you. For me, I exhale, my abs go in, inhale, I fill up with air. I'm just kind of getting used to that flowing process. And then start easy. Don't start with, like, your favorite song that you used to sing that's got that great high note. Like, no, just chill. Like, sings, like, Britney Spears is great for my voice because she's so low and her range is about that big. So I love warming up to Britney Spears. It's great. So, like,
And it's Britney, so.
and it's Britney. So, yeah, start there, and then I work myself back up to my opera or my musical theater. So start simple and focus on having fun with it. Focus on loving your voice, because especially after 10 years, it's not going to feel the same. You might go, why can't I do this? And then that's frustrating. And then we get even more tense and tight, and then, So trying to just be patient, try and just love the process of singing and let your voice kind of tell you what it needs.
For sure. That's great advice. Great advice. Okay. Another question is, how has music changed you?
Music's changed me so much, both through the opportunities I've had through music, like teaching, conducting, directing, performing. All those experiences have changed me so much. But, like, music itself, so, like, for me, music is not the little dots on the page. Like, those are cute and all, but, like, those are just the map of the territory. So the music is, it's the experience of music. And for me, when I probably felt the music the most is when I'm conducting, especially like in a pit orchestra.
Yeah, for sure.
And just in the middle of, I've got the instrumentalists below me, I've got the singers above me, there's the lights, there's the sets, there's everything going on. And I just try to get very calm and centered and just right to the core of the music. And when I do that, sometimes when I'm really lucky and everything flows together, I get the experience of bliss. I don't know how else to say it, but, like, everything sort of gets kind of foggy and hazy, yet clear at the same time. I sort of disappear. It's not anything that I'm doing. It's not like I'm doing the conducting. I'm being conducted. There's something flowing through me. And I think that sort of transcendent, absolutely blissful experience, that changes someone. Never the same.
For sure. Music is such a powerful thing. Okay,
Yeah.
So I know we kind of already touched on this question, but I think Evelyn would love to hear some more advice. How do you deal with stress?
Stress. So I mentioned I love watching the squirrels in the morning. I love taking my time in the morning to be calm, to listen to myself. If I'm, out and about, not so much now, but in normal times,
Yeah.
I try to just really notice if I'm feeling stressed or anxious. Sometimes I do need to kind of just say, sorry, can't deal with you right now, and set it aside because I'm in the middle of a rehearsal or something like that. But I have the rapport with myself, like those parts of myself trust me enough that later, like that night or the next morning, I will take the time to really look at, like, why did I feel that way? Why did I get anxious? Why did I get stressed? To not judge myself for it or to judge those parts of myself, but just to welcome it. And it's kind of amazing what, like, your body and your emotions can teach you. So I guess they're a part of me and they feel separate at the same time. And so I kind of try to just learn what they can show me.
For sure. That's awesome advice. I've been asking, like, a lot of people, like, how they deal with stress, and I feel like you really put that into great words of how to deal with stress. I like that. Another question we have is some advice you'd have for someone I don't know how to word it, that wants to dive deep into like a music career? Because you do so much, we'll just like be broad with it and just say a music career.
Yeah. So perhaps if there's something you could do besides music, maybe do that because it'll probably pay more and be more stable. But if you really feel like that urge, that itch, that there's really nothing else you can do that's not music, make sure you're going into it with a broad view. There's all kinds of paying jobs in music, not just being a singer, not even just teaching. And there's so many ways of going about that, especially with technology now. If you want to be a singer, you don't have to get signed by one of the big 5 record labels to amount to anything. You can just start singing on YouTube. And yeah, you probably won't be the next Justin Bieber who gets found on YouTube, but you can absolutely create a following, and there are ways to monetize that so that you can do what you love and pay your bills. Yeah, maybe not be rich or super famous, but you can live the life that you love. So I would say, like, be open because there's so many opportunities out there. So be open and be ready. Do as much as you can before the opportunities present themselves so that you're ready to go when they do finally come your way.
For sure, for sure. Okay, what is something that you enjoy besides music? Enjoy doing?
I love playing games.
Fair.
Nick and I have played so many games. It's been so much fun. I kind of view life as a game too. Like, I figure out the rules. What's the real objective here? What am I really going for? And then have fun doing it. I also do a lot of hiking, which really helps with the stress.
Yes.
And anxiety. So I recommend hiking, getting out into nature as much as you can, when you can. Stay safe. But there's something about, and don't listen to music. Don't listen to a podcast, even if it's mine. Like, just listen to the birds, listen to the wind, listen to your own thoughts, and just enjoy the beauty of nature.
For sure. For sure. I love that. I've been hiking so much in quarantine, like more than I ever have in my life. And it's awesome because it's something that like maybe I wouldn't have time to do like on a normal schedule, but like now I do, and it's been great.
My thighs are amazing.
Fair. Me as well.
It's a workout, it's meditation.
It's all in one.
So many all in one.
Okay, this is kind of a fun question. What is the hardest piece of music you've ever taught? If you can recall it.
Let's see. The first thing that comes to mind is West Side Story. That was probably also one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rhythms, there's tritones and minor sevenths and all kinds of fun things. So that was a lot of fun, a lot of work.
I think I could be totally wrong, but I think that was Sierra's answer when I asked her that question.
Oh, really?
I don't know. That interview was so long ago, but I don't know. I just remember that a little bit, but I could be wrong. But that's interesting. Okay. Let's see. Questions. Oh, this is a great question. Do you have a favorite music genre?
Nope. Sorry. Next.
That's fair, though. That is so fair.
It totally depends on my mood. It really does. Often after doing a musical, I've been living in the music. Like, it's in my bones. It's in every cell. I need to get it out. Like, I need some space from that musical.
Yeah.
And so I'll often I'll alternate. So after a musical's done, I'll alternate between Wagner, opera, and Lady Gaga. Those are usually kind of my two go-tos to kind of get it out from both sides, right?
Because they're so similar. I love that. That's a great answer. So I think we will end on this question we've been asking everyone from Leslie. How can the PPF continue to support you personally and professionally?
Well, I have loved these Live at Fives. So that's been supportive personally. I love hearing other people's stories. Professionally, just get my name out there, Jed DeRosa. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Follow, like, subscribe.
For sure.
And if you want to give a donation, you can also find me on Venmo at Jed DeRosa.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Jed. We had a great time hosting you here, and we learned so much about you. And I think everyone can agree that we are so excited for your podcast. That is such exciting news that we got to hear it here today. But I wish you the best for the rest of your quarantine, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yes. Oh, and I just realized I should throw out there my website, jedderosa.com.
Love it. JedDeRosa.com. Jed DeRosa everywhere.
Jed DeRosa Airwear.
I love it. Okay. Bye, Jed.
Bye. Love you all. Love you, Grant.
Bye.